Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday morning. Happy Saturday stitch in. Oh my gosh. There's some of you there, I suppose. That's awesome. That's great. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be super impromptu. If you'll notice, you can't see it, but I'm still wearing my pajamas on the bottom. I'm not kidding, because I'm taking it easy today, my friends. So I have my hoodie, and I literally have my pajama pants on. So, that's how we roll on Saturdays. We're going to take it. I don't even have earrings on. I should put on some earrings, maybe. Do I have something that'll gussy this up? I don't know. Whatever. You don't need to see earrings on me. What you want to see is some stitching, right? I haven't even really combed my hair. I've been puttering around in my sewing room. I hope you're puttering today. We're going to putter together. But I rolled out of bed. Well, I've been up for a while. Let's see. It's 10:38 on the West Coast. Janice is here. Good morning, JP. My mom is here. Good morning, Gwenda. A bunch of you are here from all over the place. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you folks are. But today is a puttering day. I cleaned up some of my sewing room, right? Oh, I love it. JP, listening to Yo-Yo Ma. So nice. I was texting with my cousin Kathleen yesterday, and Kathleen watches these broadcasts, but she doesn't really comment. But Kathy, she's my mom's first cousin, so my second cousin. Her dad was my grand's brother. And so I was texting with Kathleen last night. We're talking about Thanksgiving and stuff. And she was listening to Andrea Bocelli, and we were watching football. So we were kind of doing the same thing. Beth, you're doing beating and football. It's all football all the time over here at this house. And yeah, Ma, PJs on Saturday, PJs are okay, right? I literally, look, I won't lie to you. Look, here I am. PJs. Can you see me? There we go. PJs. Super cute. Anyway, that's what I've got going on. I'm not lying. Carolyn, I think putting is golf. Puttering is wandering aimlessly around, and maybe not aimlessly, but with a little bit of purpose and no rushing. That's what I call it, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to change. I'm going to put on a hoodie, right? Doing it. I love it. Oh, you're quilting Star Wars and still in your PJs. I love it. Yeah, raise your hand if you're still in your PJs. Let me know in the comments. This is, you thought Free Tip Friday was kind of random yesterday. Today is going to be even more random because we're just going to be playing around. I have a sample here that I started that we need to refine. My mom's saying Kathleen is my first cousin once removed. I don't know about this removed and all of this. I'm like, I can't do it. I do have my Spode Christmas mug. Do you have special Christmas dishes? Now that Thanksgiving is past, we are going to put up holiday decorations. It's going to be all holiday all the time over here. I love it. I love Karen K. You're in your PJs. You're comfy in bed. I love it. Diane, I love that you are making paper gift boxes. All right. Sakaya, I love that you are still in your bonnet. Girl, wear that bonnet all day. I love it. There's our friend Rose. Hello, my friend Rose. That's great. It's great to have you all here. It's awesome. So I don't know what kind of holiday traditions you have, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's celebrating solstice. Chris and I have a big solstice dinner that Chris makes to celebrate his Ukrainian roots. We have a lot of traditions in this family. And one of those traditions is Spode. I love Spode. I do. I can't help it. Right, Chris? I love Spode.
She loves Spode.
Yep, Chris. And you know what else I love? Bacon. Chris is making Saturday breakfast for us here too, because he is the best. So yes, so that's the story here. Holiday traditions, Saturday breakfast, PJs. All right. Well, let me caffeinate a little bit. Chris, everyone's greeting you, saying happy Saturday.
Oh. Say happy Saturday back.
Happy Saturday. Chris is going to start up the bacon and the pancakes. So that's what we've got going on. I think they're going to be pumpkin pancakes. That's what I'm thinking. But it's going to be good. Whatever it is, because, you know. Oh, so Spode. It's Margaret. This is the Christmas tree Spode pattern. So it is, Spode is the name of the I don't know. See, I'm doing this nail thing. It's Audrey's fault. Name of the company, and the Christmas tree pattern is the pattern. Usually made in England, very old, you know, that kind of Victorian Christmas tree. I love it. I have holiday plates. I have holiday serving platters. I've got it all. I love it. So nothing says Christmas to me like Spode. Porcelain. Yes, JP, I think it is porcelain. So anyway, makes it all that much more festive. So, or fine china. It might be china. I don't know. Whatever it is, it says on the bottom. Let's see. It says Spode, England, Christmas tree pattern. There it is. So, I love it. So, well, Janice, we've been acquiring since we moved into this house. So, yeah, we've been doing a little acquiring. Okay. No, there's our buddy Leslie from across the pond. Hello, Leslie. Okay, let me add my camera in. Let's get to stitching, shall we? I also wanted to show you a couple of other things. I know that a bunch of you are doing some beadwork as well, but doing other crafts like we were talking about earlier. Let me see if I can kind of center myself there. I have also in the evenings to keep my hands busy, because God forbid our hands are idle. I've been working on granny squares. This is what I'm stitching. So that's been kind of fun. I don't know if you're a crocheter. I also like to knit, but I haven't picked up a crochet hook in a long time. But it's like, you know, riding a bike. It all came back. So it's kind of fun. So I've got a big pile of these. We'll see what happens. You never know. I think I might do like a sweater or something. I don't know if it ever gets done. Whatever. It's the process. We'll see what happens. So that's when I'm stitching, or, you know, in the evenings when we're watching. Gosh, we have been in Fresno for 3 years. Isn't that crazy? Time certainly flies. Leslie's making Christmas cards. My mom is also a big card maker. Oh, I love it, Diane, for your bead things. Your gift boxes are for those. That's awesome. Well, it's definitely a cozy time of year, my friends. So I'm trying to really embrace the cozy, right? Because I'm already tired of it being so dark. But, you know, whatever. When it's cold, we wish for hot. When it's hot, we wish for cold. What are you going to do? All right. So let me put this up here. For Saturday stitch-in, this is what Drea and I stitched yesterday, right? We did the snowflakes. It was super fun. And I hope you folks are enjoying making these. They were so much fun to do. I know that some of you have already posted on the bead table, which is great. So thank you so much for sharing your creations on those. We still do have a few of the sugar and spice SuperDuo mixes left. I'm so glad you folks loved them. I love this. This is the sugar mix that Drea curated, this one here. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. This is the sugar mix, and this is the spice mix. I love this kind of subtle ombre effect here, and this is so Yuletide for sure right there. But today I told you it was going to be a surprise, and a surprise it is. Let me pull that over. I've started to stitch using some SuperDuos, okay, along with GemDuos, okay? So we talked a little bit yesterday about stiffening these as earrings. We could also do the stiffening on these, and it depends on what you want to make with these. We can make this definitely into an ornament. I'm going to start this off so you can see it. I kind of stopped here because I ran into kind of a stopping point that I have to work through. So I thought I'd work it through with you folks. But I'll do a start on here so you can see. I thought that GemDuos and SuperDuos would be a good mix, right? I don't know. I thought they would be. So I just used basically what was on my table, right? I used this red nebula. We were talking about the GemDuos, so those are they there. But you could also, like, I think it would be fun to make some super brights in these as well, right? And don't forget, thanks, Deb. Don't forget to use your thanks 20. It's on the homepage there. We have our Thanksgiving special going on. Okay, so don't forget to use that coupon code, which will be, it's good on everything except for Bead Shop Studio stuff, right? So don't forget to use it. But you could use something super bright. This is the tropical blue grape in the SuperDuo. Let me open this up. I'm sorry, in the GemDuo. Apologies, GemDuo. Look at the color. After the new year, when we're caught up and we are doing some planning for 2025, we are going to be adding some more GemDuos and some more symbols because I am over the moon with them. And look at how cool. I bet you could stitch a GemDuo right in the center of that SuperDuo earring. Wouldn't that be cool? I really, really like it. Thanks, JP, for putting up that coupon code. So thank you so much. So let me, I think I'm going to use these. I'm going to leave this one like this. Okay. And I think maybe I'll use this blue one and maybe I'll make something that looks kind of icy. I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of colors. Look at this lemon Tutti Frutti. This Tutti Frutti color, I've been really into yellow. I don't know why. Makes me super happy over winter, right? That's kind of a cool color. This is the blue Celsian, or celestial blue. Sorry. Let me try it again. Halo Celestial Blue. That's what this is here. And that matches the celestial blue in this mix from Drea. I think this color does make it pop. So let's just play around because, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? So what I did here, let me get this all ready. I'm going to move over here. And so I'm in front of this stuff. And let me just stitch with you. Okay, so we're going to start this like I started this earring here, right? With the 6 beads in the center. This is 6 SuperDuos. I'm going to start with 6 GemDuos. And friends, I have not practiced So this, we may have a stunning success or my greatest failure, but you know, who cares? It's Saturday. We have nothing but time. And so many of you are here. Thank you, folks. For those of you who have joined us a little bit later in the broadcast. While I'm stringing my needle here, let me just remind you, of course, you can find all of our social stuff all over the web at beadshop.com. You can find us on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Facebook, our wonderful Facebook group, The Bead Table. You can also reach us right over via email at info@beadshop.com and hit that like, subscribe, and notification, my friends, over on YouTube so you never miss any fun stuff like this good times that we're having. And again, let me go back to these comments. And let me see here. And Janice put this up. Don't forget, you can use that thanks 20. That goes through Monday, through Cyber Monday on Bead Shop. So that applies to everything on the website. So let me go ahead and needle this thread. I'm using the Fireline, and I think this is 6 pound. I'm going to check it. So see what I did here? It's kind of hard to see, but I grabbed my chain nose plier and I came in and I flattened the end of that. Can you see how it's a little flatter there? That made it a little bit easier for me to slide this needle on. Okay, and I'm using 6 pound in crystal. All right. So, and I guess I have about a wingspan or so of cord thread here. Let me get that kind of out of the way. So I'm going to stitch 2, 4, 6 of these together. Okay, let's start. Let's start there. And with the GemDuos, there's definitely a front and a back, right? Not like SuperDuos where they're kind of, unless they're colored or whatever, right? On one side. They don't really have, the bead shape is the same on the front and on the back. So what I do is I line them all up so the top is facing up. I line them up on the needle. Okay. And yeah, JP, this is a size 10. It's a size 10 sharp. That's it. Right. So I'm just going to come in. I'm going to pull that thread, kind of hard to see because this is white. So let me move it to the brown background here so you can kind of see the thread. Get that little, whatever that is, piece of detritus. It might be a piece of pastry. Who knows? You never know what it could be. So here it is. I want to check and make sure that everything is facing the right way. And lo and behold, this one is not. Yeah, it is. This is a sharp Janice in a size 10. That's what this is. So let me take this off of the thread and switch it around. You can always go back through eye of the needle first, like that. There we go. And so now I want to make sure that we're facing the right way. Here's this. And I need to go in that bottom hole. Okay. Come on. In that bottom hole, she said. There we go. So now I'm just going to come in and I'm going to tie a ring right here in the center, right over left to bring these together, and left over right. I want it nice and snug a nice firm ring. I don't want it too overly tight so that things, kind of scooch out of place, right? So now I'm going to do like we talked yesterday about, especially the center portion going around a second time. So we're going to do that. And it goes this way. And I guess I could have done it before I made the knot, but I wanted this to all like not be too unruly. So I've tied the knot. I'll come in. I'll just stitch through one bead at a time, like so, right? Like that. Then I'll come in, get those out of the way. Get this. And whoops, did I stitch that wrong? Looks like I've got a piece of thread caught here. Let's see. It was all going so well. No, it just got caught around the bead. There we go. Turn this back around. This is the back of the beads here. They're flat, so it's a little easier for me to stitch. Okay. Whoops. And I'm going to pull all of this again, kind of tight. And I'll give it one more knot. And before I tie the next knot, I'm going to add a little dab of GS Hypo. Oh, you can hear my clock ticking. It is old, actually. I didn't realize it was that loud. Yeah, it's like one of those mid-century modern starburst clocks, kind of. It's not super vintage, but it's fairly vintage. My mom gave it to me. I love the look of it. Okay, tie that knot and go down. Okay, there we go. See, and if you tie it too tight, see how that kind of comes out of it, kind of gets a little bit wonky. So you want it nice and firm, but not so tight that these beads are going to lay one on top of the other. Let me get this. Does the top of your hypo look like this? Of course, mine does. Let me get some. This. I need something to get this off. Maybe this baggie. Here we go. That'll work. I just want to. There we go. That's a little bit better. And we'll get a little bit of that GS Hypo. Make sure that tip is clean. There we go. Right in there. Okay. So we're going to let it go. I know I like this blue. This, as I said before, I'll tell you, let me get this lid back in here, and I will wipe the remainder of that off and slide that in. Okay, and I store it upright. This is Tropical Blue Grape, right? That's this one right here. So now I have a little center, okay? And as I was starting to think about what was going to fit in here, right? What I did, and I'm going to continue, I'm going to keep this second row as it is. The third row I might screw around with a little bit. But can you see here, I'm going to put an 11 knot. I needed something in there because 2 GemDuos was too much. But I wanted it to fit. So I put an 11 knot on either side. I love how these GemDuos fit too. I mean, even just this, right? Maybe with a little ADOT or a little something in between. It just, oh, it's just so pretty, right? It's really great. So now I'm going to come up. Let me get my needle. I have another festive color here. This is 1016. I think this is a size 11 in emerald silver lined AB. I think that's what this is. It looks festive though, doesn't it? So I'm going to use it. Right there. Yeah, we watched the San Jose State-Stanford game last night. San Jose State actually won. That was super exciting. Good job, Spartans. Okay, so I'm going to go up and I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to do a step up here like this. Hi, Christine. It's good to see you. Happy, I don't know, what's this Saturday usually called? Saturday? The Saturday after Thanksgiving? I don't know. Let me see, what other color? Maybe I'll use this other blue, right? I don't know. Let's see what that looks like, right? I love blue as a holiday color, both for Hanukkah and for Christmas. I love decorating with blue for Christmas. So I'm going to put that GemDuo, this emerald, and I'll go through. So look at that. It's a little bit of a color shift, but I'm not mad at it, right? Oh, right. It's Small Business Saturday. That's what it is. Of course. How did I not? How wasn't I? I don't know. You know, between Thanksgiving, that Thursday, we did work yesterday, but until Monday, it feels like time has no meaning, right? So thank you so much for being here with us. So here's this. So let's go ahead and stitch one of these into each little space. This is what I love about these shaped beads. I'm going to flip them over so they're sitting on their backs and the front is up so I get it through the correct hole. I love these shaped beads because they fit together like a little puzzle, right? Look at how pretty that looks with that pop of green, right? There we go. This one here. This one here. And these hardly take any time. So I think it is fun to play around with color. Like, get all of your GemDuos out. I've got all of my GemDuos sitting out here, right? So I can kind of play around with color. Here's this and this one. Don't forget to add that 11 on both sides. There we go. Well, Heather, I'm glad you're here with your beading family. This really is a beading family worldwide. I love it that we're all here together, gathered around the bead table. It's really nice to have everyone and to keep our hands busy, you know. Our friends, our bead brothers and sisters here today, wherever you're watching from. And then I'm going to go through this last one. And there we have it. Okay. So here, this also looks great, right? So let's keep going. Good morning, Clem. I see you there. I'm going to stitch this again. I'm going to take the time. I know that yesterday Drea and I weren't taking the time to double stitch, but I'm going to do that with this one. And can you see how I'm just, the way that I kind of angle my needle. See, I go through that one, go through the GemDuo, kind of let that GemDuo fall and put that through. Okay. And then here, and we'll keep going through. Hopefully I'll remember when I come to the end of the circle. This feels a little stiffer, so I think I've come to the end. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through that GemDuo, this 11/0 right here. And I'm going to stop there for a second. Okay, so we can see what we've got. Let me make sure that that's, yeah, and it does keep it stable, Kathleen, for sure. Let me go ahead and try and focus that up. There we go. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to flip this around. And I'm going to use my, oh, Deb, thank you for your support for us and our small business. You know, we said it on Thanksgiving, we say it on our lives, we say it in our newsletters, but we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much for all of your support always. I'm going to say that this thread, that the glue has dried enough. I hit my thread burner and I thread burned that just out of the way. Okay. So we're going to come in and we're going to flip this and we're going to see what happens next. Karen, I want to know what the gray cup is. What is that? Is that rugby? What is it? I like to know. And then, I don't know, maybe it's just a special college cup. I don't know, but tell us, please tell us. Okay, so what I have here, what I started to do was experiment. And can you see how I did, oh, Canadian football. Gotcha. Love it. The Canadian Football League. Right. I should know that because my husband has so many Canadian relatives. Right. So see here how I put that single or those double SuperDuos in. It was my hope that I could get like another SuperDuo, you know, or two SuperDuos in. But see, when I did the two here, see how it spread that apart? Kind of didn't quite work for me, right? I needed some space here, so I added that 11/0. So it wasn't quite right? So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm going to lay some out here, which is why I've got my my tweezers out. I'm going to get, and I'm going to practice it on this one. I'm going to see maybe if I get a GemDuo in there. What do you think? And then maybe I could SuperDuo again And maybe I could fill in, again, it's just like a puzzle. Put some of those there. All right. It does look a little big here, but I'm going to see if I can counterbalance it with some of the SuperDuos. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to do a second row or a third row here, and I'm going to do the SuperDuos. I'm going to try and make the SuperDuos work, right? Because I want to mix them up. So I want to jump to this hole, this top hole, right? Like this. I can kind of see that thread. Bear with me here just a second. How did I do it here? Where did I step up? Oh, I know what I did. I did this. I went through, I think this is what I did. I went through like that. And then I think I turned around and went the other way. I still see that thread hole right there. What did I do? Let me look at each one. Not that, not that, not that, not that. I don't know. I stitched it differently somewhere. Let me see if I can find the... I'm going to take this off because I have no memory of this, and I just did it yesterday. No surprise, right? Let me take that out. Let me see if I can kind of walk this thread back. Looks like it went from here. Oh, okay. I came out. Can you see it there? I came out of the SuperDuo hole, right? So that's what I did. So let me go back. Usually Fireline doesn't split. I'm playing with fire here. So I'm going to go through that one. I could use drops for sure. And I've got some drops sitting here. Whoops. I screwed that up. Hang on. Playing with fire. Hopefully I don't split my thread. We'll see what happens. I may have to unthread this needle. Yeah, let's do as I say, not as I do. Let's just take the needle off, everybody, and pull this out. And I come up between the GemDuo and the 11-aught. Let me get the pointy end here. See if I can do it. Maybe I can get it from over here. Gosh, that feels tiny. Come on. Let me see if I can push this thread back so I can figure out which one it is. See that little space in there? If I can just figure out. There we go. All right. So I want to stop right when this thread comes out of the 11-aught, but not through the SuperDuo, if I can. There we go. Okay. I guess you really can hear my clock tick, right? That's pretty loud. All right. So there I am, right there. Okay. So now I'm going to reverse course and go the other way, kind of like we do in the SuperDuo earrings. And I could stop there. That's pretty cute, right? I could connect that top round of holes with some A-dots or a drop in the middle or something like that, right? I could do that, but I want to try and get some SuperDuos in there. Let me get the end of my thread. How am I doing on time? Okay, I'm going to try not to be with you here all day. Because especially since breakfast is going to be ready sometime soon. See if I can needle that thread. It needled so well. Let me give it a fresh cut. This is why I just hate to unthread that needle, right? But sometimes we've got to do it. So I clipped it. I'm flattening it. And I'm going to put it through right here. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to come up. I'm going to go through here and we're going to go back this other direction. So see, that thread doesn't really stick out now. You can see it around this, right? It does look like pre-stick bows. It does, Stacy. Love. So now what did I do? I think what I did was I added an 11-aught and 2 SuperDuos. Let's see if we can make that work, right? So 11. What color SuperDuos do I want? I think I'm going to do the Halo Champagne. Come back here. And then I go through this other top one right here. So see how that's going to fit right there. Okay. So let's see. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Don't know. I don't know if you folks saw over on the bead table, and it's also in the newsletter, but last year we did it. Oh, is this one plugged? Oh my God, I didn't check it. Come on, can I unplug it? Oh, this is why you check those beads. There we go. I got it through. That was a piece of luck. Last year we published it, so we published it again by popular demand. My mom's peanut brittle recipe. It's over on the bead table. We have that peanut brittle right in our house as we speak. Super easy, super fun, and really fun to gift. And the one that my mom printed, or the one that my mom posted on the bead table, has some of her tips on it too. So you may want to check it out. Tina, I love that you're still in your PJs with us. Love. Okay, so this is shaping up. Those SuperDuos want to flip back, but they'll flip in the right place. Okay. So I'll turn it. And then we will continue around. Okay. Like this. I love it. So many. Oh, good, Marianne. You took a screenshot of my mom's recipe. That's awesome. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the post on the bead table. I'm sure she'll answer them, but they're really, it's pretty fast and easy to do. I love peanut brittle. It's one of my favorite holiday candies. I don't know why I'm not having some right now with my coffee. We're almost here, probably because it'd be super crunchy and loud. That's why. Okay, there we go. After this, and we have some breakfast, we're going to go out and do a little holiday roaming around. There's a great artist collective and kind of vintage store here in Fresno called Eclectic House, and Beth hasn't been there yet, so we're going to take her over to Eclectic House and take a look at things there. That's always kind of fun. Art Hop is this week, so if you're in Fresno, you can come see me at my studio at M Street. I will be there. I've got some holiday things, all of my resin earrings that I've been making. It's been really fun. I'm going to do the second round. I know it takes up time, but I kind of want to do this right. And you don't want to pull this too tight, see, because what it does is it starts to fold like this, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't want it for this. Okay. So yeah, so I'll be at M Street at my studio on Thursday. Art Hop is from 5 to 8. I'll be there. And I may be there, we'll see, next Saturday, the 5th of December. A few of us are kind of doing a Saturday shopping thing, so we'll see. We'll see. I might go spend a few hours there that Saturday, but you can come and shop. Some of the other artists will be open. There's a lot of cool stuff there for sure. This one, and now this one. Okay, so let me tighten this up. Let's flatten everything down so it's not too tight. Let me get my tweezers so I can kind of see what everything looks like. So that goes there. There's going to be a little bit of space there, but that's okay. This is going to kind of be more like a snowflake, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, if you want to screenshot it, now's a good time. Let me, oh, Diane, if you go on Facebook and join us over at the Bead Table, it's our beadshop.com Facebook group. It's also in the newsletter, the Bead Shop newsletter this past, I think it was on Thanksgiving. I think it was on Thursday. But go join the Bead Table and you'll see my mom's post, Gwen Jananian, will see her post for her infamous peanut brittle is there. We're going out on a whole bunch of different platforms today, of course. Our Bead Shop Facebook, my Kate Richburg Jewelry Educator Facebook, our YouTubes, and it's right there. There's the link in the chat. Okay, and I know you folks are chatting from a bunch of different places. So, okay, so I'll go through this one. This is where I need to figure something out. Let me go through this one here and that 11. Well, that one there, maybe. That 11 aught. And I'm going to step up here. Okay. There we go. And I think once I've got some more beads in here, it's gonna loosen up. You don't want it to cup. Maybe I shouldn't have gone through it twice, but we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. right? I'm not going to worry too much. I think it might be time to use another blue one. What do you think? I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to pick this up. And make sure directionally, I've got the back of this snowflake kind of pointing at me here. Yeah, look at that. It fits in there pretty good. Right? Don't you think? Yeah, I mean, we could certainly bezel this, I guess. Why not, right? That's the beauty of working. Just lay your beads out on your table. I could use a little 15 right there, right? Here we go, like this here and like this here. Maybe that needs a 15. Because I don't like see that? How you can see that little thread? So let me see if I can go eye first, like Emily teaches us, to back it up. That's an Emily trick that she does. Yeah, awesome. Let me see if I can grab a 15. That's going to be pretty small. I guess I could try an 11. Let me try an 11. We go back through that. Back through this. Eye first. Right? Back through the SuperDuo. Okay. Now, let's see if the 11-aught sits nicely. Oops. It may or it may not, but let's just see. So we get that 11, we go through that SuperDuo, through that GemDuo, back through the SuperDuo. Let's see what that looks like. If I have, no, that's okay. See that 11? Can you see it? I'll pick it up. It does kind of also look like a compass, which I like. See, it sticks out a little bit, but I'm not going to ruffle. I'm not going to rifle through my 15s, but I think a 15 might be even better. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. So it's going to go through there. It's going to go through there. It's going to go through there. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's going to, I'm going to get an 11. I'll go through here. I'll go through a GemDuo in the right color. I'll go through the super. The symbols would also look great here, right? You could stitch some of the metal symbols or the substitute beads in here. That would look great. That's not too bad, right? Yeah, maybe it does want to be a netted bead, JP. I've been thinking about doing some netting with this kind of stuff. I've been thinking about it. We'll see what I come up with. I want to make sure this is going in the right direction, so my thread is going this way, through that hole, through the SuperDuo. Sometimes I'm directionally challenged, so I need to make sure. Yeah, see that 11-aught looks pretty nice there. Okay, then that 11-aught back through that 11. This is why you need things just a little loose, not super tight, so that you can stitch these beads, this next row back in, and see how it's not really cupping now with this next row. So that's good. So here's this. Here's this super. Here's the gem. I need the gem in the right color. Where is it? This color that I'm using is, again, the tropical blue grape. It really pops it, right? This is the cerulean celestial, halo celestial blue is that other SuperDuo there. And this is the halo champagne from the sugar mix from yesterday. We get this the gem duo, stitch that through, try not to catch it. We're almost there. I'm trying to be kind of deliberate in what I'm doing so that I don't have to go back. The beading needle I'm using is a size 10 sharps needle. Some of you may like a beading needle for this, right? Maybe like a size 10 seed bead needle. If you're going to add 15s instead of these 11s, you might want to go down to a size 12 beading needle. Just experiment to see what works for you. This size 10 sharps is my go-to. I also use it a lot for sewing, but here it is here. This one that we carry. I use this for quilting, for hemming. I use this needle everywhere. Love it. Thank you, Janice, for linking. You can find those SuperDuos. They're all of the shaped beads are on our website, right? And you can use coupon code Janice if you want to drop it back in. I'll flash it again. We've got our Thanksgiving coupon code going until Cyber Monday. And you can use Thanks20 to save that 20%. Okay. So now I'll get this. This is the 11-1016. I think it is emerald, silver lined emerald AB. I think that's what I'm using here. But you could use anything you wanted, right? Keep it flat. This is the back now. There it is there. So we'll do our last little one. Then we have to decide what's next, which I'm dreading a little bit. I don't know. Just stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Get this one through. Okay. Keep it flat. Let me flip it over so we're doing the top. You can see that. Put this through. This through. And now I need one last 11. Now, if I were stiffening this, let me stitch it through and try and find an ending spot. If I were stiffening this with some kind of stiffening agent, like white glue, there's that product called Stiff Stuff that you could use. I'm going to go here, and then I think I'll step up. Or people use like the floor polish or the polyurethane floor polish to stiffen, right? We could do we could just do that, right? We could stiffen this. It would stiffen like that. You could also back this on some, there we go, on some ultra suede. I've got some ultra suede here. We're looking at doing some new things with ultra suede. Emily has her project coming up, and we're doing something special with the ultra suede. So I have some sitting here. Take a look at this. You could glue it. Look at how delicious that is on something, right? Isn't that gorge? I love it. I'm just going to play around just for a second. Oh, thanks, Michelle, for posting. Those are all the ones that I know that you use there. It's really quite pretty, I think. Let me, how am I doing on time? I'm doing okay. Just bear with me. This, I mean, we could finish it right here, right? It could be all done, right? Let me just see something here. Okay. No, that thread there, not good. Not good. Let me get an 11. 1, 2, 3. Then maybe this SuperDuo. I don't know. Am I gilding the lily? Maybe. I might be. I'm just going to test this out. And I'm going to do 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Because the negative space around the shape of this snowflake, I think is good, right? But let me just see. I'm just going to stitch this. Then I could bring it together. Does that add anything? It doesn't, does it? Right? I don't know. It could come together like that. Like I could stitch it. I'm just going to kind of do this with my thread because I want to see how that looks. I could do this. I could put another green bead. Yeah, no, everyone's saying no. You're right. You're all correct. So let me just take all this out. It is gilding the lily, isn't it? I think it is. Okay. In that case, why don't, I think I can find it. Why don't you hold that thought for a second, and I'm going to see if I can find some glue. Let's glue it. Okay? Yeah, I like the sharp points too. It's going to take me just a second. But let me put all of this out so you can screenshot. Okay. This is a good time as any. Because wouldn't this make a good pendant that kind of goes like this? We could do a bead as a base, but I think I've got an idea. So hold that thought. There we go. I'm going to be right back. I might even have some like right here. Hang on. I could also use, I could use E6000 is what I could use. What else am I looking for? I want this. Hang on, everybody. I want this. I want this. Gosh. Bear with me here. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Can you hear me? I'll be right there. Hold, please. I'm grabbing a bunch of stuff. Scratch, scratch, bang. There we go. Here we are. I like the look of that purple, right? Even though it's for a holiday. There we go. Here I am. I know, I need to put hold music on for you, right? Okay, there we go. I had to kind of fumble around. So let's take a look at this, right? Here, let me get that out of the way. All right, I'm going to switch this color because I need this for Emily for next week or 2 weeks or whenever Emily's going to be here. Let me zoom out. Chris is starting to cook pancakes, so I'll finish up with, I'm motivated to finish this. Here is, you've seen me use this before, my little mat. I'm going to get my Ultra Suede. Janice and I are looking at Ultra Suede. We're looking at different colors of Ultra Suede and stuff like that. So we're going to have some fun Ultra Suede pieces in. Yeah, there's all kinds of really great ideas here in the chat. You could put this over like a wood round. I bet this would, if you went the other way, this could go over a bead, right? Wouldn't that be right? Because you could just mimic, you could put two of these together, right? You could stitch another one of these, stitch it to the SuperDuos, and then join them right here at these points, right? You could do that. Certainly could. You could put this in a large wire hoop, right? You could make a wire hoop for this and stitch it on because you have these openings here to stitch. Okay. So I'm going to try that bead idea with this too, but not yet. Okay. So I'm going to see how I want this to look. So what is that? So I think I'm going to cut, like, is this 2 by 2? Yeah, I'm going to cut a 2-inch square. Okay. This also would look great over like a glass ball ornament, right? Like right on the top, right? You could do that as an ornament cap. That would look good too, right? This is a great idea, Dawn. Add some Pellon in between this. Make an ultra suede sandwich. You could use Wonder Under. You could glue it. All of that would look great. And then you could put the bar pin inside. That's a great idea as well. Really great idea. I'm going to go ahead and cut a 2-inch square from this piece of ultra suede. Let me do it the long way. I'm going to run out of. This is just my little mat from Quilting World. From the Quilting World, not a place called Quilting World, but I use this in my quilting. I've got a small mat, small ruler, and a rotary cutter. So I'm going to use this to cut the 2 by 2 piece of ultra suede. If you don't have a rotary cutter, look at that cut, right? I've used it before. You've seen me use it before. It's very handy. Really makes it easy to cut. I'm lining it up on the ruler, not on the grid, not on the green grid. So can you see how this is 2 by 2 right there? And I like that idea of stiffening this somehow or doing something with this, but for now, I'm just going to make sure close your rotary cutter. Do not leave it floating around open. So here we've got this. And see, there we go. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. Okay. And you could use several different things. We carry E6000, which will work. That's what I would use for this. The E6000 is right here. You could also use, and I have this in my glue arsenal, the original tacky glue from good old Aileen, right? That glues this down very, very well. Jewel It, also from Aileen. We don't carry either of those, but we do carry E6000. So let me see if I need a fresh one or not. This one's kind of old. Yeah, this one is. Since I'm not going to run over and grab the E6000, it all really works the same. I think this glue is open, so I'm just going to use that. I have lost my toothpicks, Mama. I have no, oh, no I haven't. They're just in the drawer. I don't know why I couldn't see them the other day. They were right in front of my face. There's some toothpicks. Let me grab the E6000. Let me just do that. That's what we carry, so that's what I'm going to use. Hang on a second. This is a good time to screenshot. Let me grab a little tube. Let's see. It's kind of dark over here, so I didn't put all the lights on today. So I can't really see. There it is. We carry it in the little tubes because E6000 has a tendency, I think, the tubes get super gummy. So I like carrying the small little tubes, right? And then by the time that they lose their effectiveness, it's, you can open up a new one. This would also be great as a hair ornament, right? I love it. So this E6000, there's hardly any left. This has gone the way of the dodo. So I'm going to go ahead and cast it into the round file. There it goes. All right. Let me get my little baggie here. Let me zoom in a little tighter. It might be a little thick, Deb. Deb's saying it might be a little thick. I'm going to try it. Since that's what we carry at Bead Shop, that's what I'm going to use. You could use fabric tack would work. Any of these fabric glues will definitely work. I am going to tie off this. I took it out of the needle, but I'm going to bring this around the back. I'm going to tie this off so I can cut away. And now, like with any glue project, my friends, you want to make sure, I'm just tying 2 doubled over knots, right? You want to make sure that we're not trying to glue the whole world, right? We don't need a ton of glue. Let me get my GS Hypo. Put a little glue on that knot. Okay. There we go. And what I would do here is I'd really let that dry, but I'm going to come and glue this away. So all I love the ideas here that everyone has. Stiff paper or cardboard to kind of squeegee the glue. Exactly. That would work really well. You can cut a margin around this and we can glue around and we can bead around it like we would a cabochon or something, right? These GemDuos on the flat back GemDuos are perfect for the gluing. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to leave this right side, the back showing. I'm going to pierce this E6000 and I'm going to extrude a bit out. See, it wasn't much. Still wants to be coming out. So let me get this back on there. Okay. So no, my mom's saying she'd use Zap. Ma, I'm worried about Zap soaking into the ultra suede too much. But you could certainly test it, glue a little bit of ultra suede with the Zap. So here's my E6000. I'm going to dot it there. I'm going to dot it there. There must have been an amazing football play because Chris and Beth are rooting. See, not a lot. So there it is there. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same. I don't want it to smush out and stain the ultra suede. So just a little goes a long way here. The E6000 is pretty viscous. It's pretty thick. The good news about that is it kind of stays where you put it. The bad news is it's a little hard to handle when it's this thick, but that's okay. Courage of your convictions, my friends. Okay, a little dot in the middle of these GemDuos. All right. Moment of truth here, right? I guess I could have cut this square after I glued this down, right? Because now I have to get this in the center. I mean, I'm probably going to trim this out, so it doesn't really matter, but I have to be a little more precise than I might want to be. But that's okay. That kind of looks like the middle, doesn't it? And yes, thanks, Terry. This is always good to note that any of these glues have a definite odor to them. So you want to make sure that you're using these in a well-ventilated area for sure. And I think I did pretty well. There's hardly any overflow from that E6000. There's just a touch right there. There's a touch right there. But it didn't spread out beyond that. Let me zoom out. Now, I mean, you can see I would let this sit, obviously, right? But it's on there. Can you see that? And it's nice and stiff. I think I can come in afterwards. I can use I've got some super sharp embroidery scissors, and I can cut around this for sure. I don't know. I don't know what this next step is going to be. I could cut in a circle around this, right? Like this. So I've got a little bit of ultra suede showing. It's a little glue thread that I want to get rid of. I shouldn't be screwing around with this too much before it's dry, but I just can't help it. But do you see how little glue I used? Don't glob the glue. There we go. All right. So I don't know. I think a pin would be gorgeous. I'm not sure what I want to do it. I like it as a square too, JP. It would look great as a pin. There we go. If we turn it the right way, we could, you know how Emily has taught us to do an edge with her bead embroidery. We could bead embroidery around it. We could, Terry, these are all really great things. Stitching some 50-knots here and there, that is also great, like stars in the sky. And yeah, we have pin backs, so we could cut another square, right? Back it and put the pin back, sandwich the pin back in between. We could add a little bit of padding or batting in the center. So we'll see where this goes. I'm going to let it sit, and if I feel like I need just a little bit more glue, I can. I could also, these holes are open, I could stitch these holes down onto the ultra suede using a little 10-aught or 11-aught, sorry, around the edge, right? So it would be like this through the GemDuo, and then another 11. That could also be a 15. This is where 15s would really come in handy. See that? Like that. Let me get a little tighter so you can see it. Deb, she's all, stop. Please stop screwing with this. I can't help it, my friend. I just can't. Right? But you could picot around the top of that. That would look good. right? So I'm going to stop it there, I think, because this does need to set. I don't think it's really down on there. So I don't think it needs to do anything else but sit until it sets. Like it'll probably be set by this afternoon. I like letting things like this sit overnight. We could 20 samplers, right? One with each idea. It would look great also as a big earring. You could put like a clip back on that and make it like a big earring. Their barrette backs would look great. You could just kind of follow the curve here to make it be a snowflake. I think it's really fun. So that was it. Not too bad for stitching in my pajamas today, right? It goes really nicely with that. Where did the other snowflake earring go? Right here. And I might stitch this in the center. Is Chris informing me that pancakes are ready? All right, I'll be right there. I can't let them get cold. There we go. See that there? That's it. So, my friends, I'm not going to let the pancakes get cold. I'm going to grab my coffee cup and go have some, I guess, brunch. So, my dear friends, I will see you next week on Wednesday. We do have Ultra Suede in the shop now, Jermaine. If you go under, I think it's under fabric and fiber, I think. We have a bunch of different Ultra Suede. It comes in the large tube. We're going to be getting some more colors. We found a really good resource for it. This is the very fine Ultra Suede, the Japanese Ultra Suede. The quality is really beautiful. So that's my story, my friends. I'll see ya. I can't wait to see what you do with this stitching project. Have a fantastic weekend, all. Thanks as always for your support. And don't forget to use that coupon code THANKS20 at beadshop.com at checkout for our 20% Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday, all of that discount. And that is good through Monday, the 2nd of December at midnight Pacific time. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.